Hi, Dana, let's start with you. You have a mixed heritage because your father is Samoan and Samoan is his first language, but I think you never get to learn it, right? So, how did your family felt when they saw the representation of the Samoan culture and that you were responsible of it?
You've done your research. I like this. I'd like to say my family's very proud. You know, I also have something like 50 first cousins and they all have kids. And so I've talked to them a lot lately about this film coming out. They couldn't be more excited. I think part of me being in this role as co-writer and director on this film, it shows my family and my community that there is a world of possibilities out there for them too. There's no one else in my family that's ever worked in film and television. So to be able to work at this scale, to be able to walk a red carpet and be able to tell my family that this is possible for you one day too, is really what it's all about.
You're going to be popular this holiday, huh?
Oh, look, let me tell you.
This is, I think, a movie of newbies. It's your first feature film for all of you in your seats, even if you worked before in other movies, in other roles. So did this lack of experience help you to get lost in any way doing the film, made mistakes, or even make things in a different way?
You know, I've been working at Disney for 20 years, and like you said, this is my first role as director. But along the way, we work with like incredible people at our studio. Our executive producer and co-writer Jared Bush has been there along the way with us. I work with them very closely, and so we have an incredible community that we work with. Obviously, Dana, Dave, and myself as directors, we all can lean on each other. Yeah, we get lost, absolutely, but that's part of the filmmaking process, and you find things that way as well, just like Moana does in our story. So that's important, but it is part of it. And I think because we have an incredible, we care incredibly about making a story good. We're just really hard on ourselves, and we want to push ourselves as hard as we possibly can. And luckily, we have best people in the world that help us along the way, and we can pick ourselves up and find the right story.
When you were working on the new characters for this movie, why did you give Vaiana a little sister? What does this relationship provide her and provide pace for the story?
Sure.
Aside from being adorable, very cute. We really thought a lot about Moana leading her people into a new future and what that might look like. And Simea just really took shape as the perfect embodiment of what that might mean. Moana, Vaiana, loves her sister so much that she's willing to go out on a new adventure to create the better future for her. And that was really exciting to us.
Vaiana, the first Vaiana, the first one, had a strong environmentalist message. She was almost like an eco-warrior, something like that. What do you hope the children and adults are going to learn from your movie, from Vaiana does?
I think for Vaiana too, we lean into that even more. I mean, Vaiana has such a deep love of not only her community and wayfinding, but also of the ocean. And there's a really pivotal part in this film where she loses that connection with the ocean for a moment, and that devastates her and pushes her beyond what she even felt she was possible. And I think that we continue to lean into that. I mean, also the visual splendor of the world really shows how much nature can do for us. And I think that there's this moment in Act 3 too with the storm that really, we always lean into, in this world, we always lean into like the natural elements and to really show us that they can, yes, be adversaries, but also they can also push us to be beyond who we thought was possible. Oh my gosh.
And I think, you know, as storytellers, I think we do it in the best possible way, which is just show it and let it experience it. And we have a character like Vaiana who has that deep connection, but it's because that's the world she lives in. That's the world she embodies. And in this, actually, part of what she does is a very, very close observation of nature. And so that empathetic quality she has towards the ocean or towards the animals, it's part of who she is. And so we just show it. And I think we show it in such a beautiful way because that is really what this world looks like. It's incredibly a beautiful world. And I think, you know, celebrating it is the best way to show that.
You said yourself, if the first one was about Vaiana reconnecting with the ancestors, this one was about the future. You said future a couple times. So how do you see yourself in the future inside this industry?
Oh, hard hitting over
Yeah.
here. You know, I have always dreamed of being a director, and this movie changed that for me. And so I hope to do that more. But really and truly, I also do a lot of work, community work, helping representation of Pacific Islanders in the industry. And I'm really hopeful to expand that and keep creating opportunities for young writers, directors, producers, craftspeople from the Pacific Islander community so that they can be sitting in a chair like this one day too.
I love making films. I always have. I think it entertaining an audience is an incredible gift to be able to bring my family with me to go watch this film, or for other families to come together to go watch this film. That's pretty special, and I hope I can continue to do that at Disney Animation. I've worked here for 20 years. I love this place so much. I think we make incredible films, and I think we put something positive out in the world, and I'm so proud of that. And I want to continue forward doing that if it works out. I really I think it's an incredible gift to entertain audiences.
Yeah, I think same. I hope that there's always been a dream as well to be a producer on a film and to be able to tell a story on this type of platform. I just hope that I can continue to do in the future. I think that filmmaking is one of the most collaborative art forms that there is, and to be able to continue to do this in such a community would be a dream.
Talking about this is newbies, you bought back, I'm going to try to say it right, Opetaya Poa.
Hawaii.
Okay, sorry, and Mark Mancina for the music, but without Lin-Manuel Miranda, you had two young, independent, new songwriters. Who found them? Did you do it? Did the studio did it?
Oh yeah, so we were lucky enough to work with amazing music producers like Tom McDougall and Matt Walker. So as part of that collaborative process, we discovered Abigail Barlow and Emily Bear, and we're so fortunate to work with them. And as you had mentioned, we're paired up again with Opetaya Hawaii and Mark Mancina. And the four of them together is such a beautiful marriage. We're lucky enough to have like 8 original new songs, and the songs are truly the anchor point for this film, and so we can't wait for people to hear them.
Nos enfrentaremos a monstruos, dioses iracundos. Y caca.
¡Halcón gigante! ¡Vaya caras!